Hello, friends. How is everyone? I have so much I want to share with you guys tonight. I am going to be pretty much going right into this as soon as I get myself pulled up on my other device because I want to be able to show you guys all the amazing things I got at the on stage over in Anaheim. Because I know you guys are probably anticipating seeing all the fun things because holy geez. This is my first on stage that I've ever been to. And so we had a couple of ladies sit at our table with us. One of my team members, she sat with us as well. She met us there. She actually lives in California. And then my mom and my other team member, Maria, we drove over there. And so I don't know why this is not bringing me up. What is going on here? Hello, Marcia. Hello, Patty. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Frida. Now I need to find me because you guys all found me, but I can't find myself. There we go. All right. Now it's working. Okay. All right. Perfect. As long as I can see what we've got going on here. And so when I'm showing you guys all the stuff that you guys can see it all. As long as I make sure I'm in my frame here. I move my stand up a little bit so everybody can see what was going on. So anyways, we get over there and these two ladies ask if they can sit at our table with us. And absolutely, you know, the more we can meet, the better. So they sat down and they chatted with us. And we found out that they are from, one was from Nevada and the other one was from Idaho. Or maybe she was from Utah. I don't remember. One of those two. I always get those two states really confused. I don't know why. It's just part of my dyslexia, I suppose. So they were telling us that they had attended the on stage before. So I had asked them, I said, well, this being the first one that they had live since the whole, COVID pandemic, is this pretty typical? And they were like, you know what? This is pretty much spot on. So as we get going on the on stage and it goes and it goes and goes and they start doing prize patrol and they start doing the different awards for everybody, that then they start saying, wait a minute, I think we're going to give another gift to, and then they would say drum roll and we would all sit there and hit the desks or the chair that we were at or the table that we were sitting at. And then they would tell us everybody in the room gets this prize. It was incredible. They did that to us twice. And so the lady that was sitting at our table, she was sitting directly across me. Well, there are these big, huge round tables. She comes over and walks up to me and she tells me, she said, I do have to let you know that I've been to 5 in-person on stages and I want you to know that I have never seen them give something away to the whole room. And then when they did it again for a second time, she was just like, oh my word. She goes, yeah, this is a rarity. They've never done. She said, this really blows my mind. And I said, well, maybe they feel like because the pandemic, hello, Noreen, hello, Rhea, hello, Kay, that maybe they feel that since they haven't been in person with us, maybe they're feeling extra generous, which apparently they were. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get right into our little, our news for the week or for the month. And then we will go into the Stampin' Up news. And then we will go ahead and go straight in to all my goodies that I got at On Stage. So hello, Florence. So you guys are here. You're at my online free stamping class every Monday evening here on Facebook. Thank you so much, Kay, for sharing. We have a new paper pumpkin kit. Now, I will tell you, we got some little sneak peeks of some of the things that are coming in this kit. It is the first time I have ever seen a little bit more descriptive brochure that they shared with us. It was kind of a a little incentive for going to the on stage. But I have to tell you guys, this kit is amazing. You all are going to want to, if you don't want to subscribe monthly, you're at least going to want to go get the prepaid and you're going to want to buy this kit. It also has an add-on of these Good Things cards and envelopes. Hello, Mom. Hello, Darla. And this kit, create fun gift card holders for special occasions all year long and celebrate what you love the most. Personalize each gift with reversible boxes and paper bands for a unique design every time. You'll love the creative combinations. This month's kit includes all the supplies you need, and I emphasize all the supplies you need to create 16, you heard me right, 16 gift card holders, 2 each of 8 designs. Wow, right, you guys? An all-occasion gift-giving sentiment stamp set, a garden green Stampin' Spot, and a double-sided paper pieces and boxes you can mix and match for personalized designs. Well, that being said, they've also given you guys some matching, or they're not giving them to you, but they're giving you the option to add them onto this month's kit. These are the cards over here. They also come with these pretty little envelopes. So you know how I always tell you that your envelopes need to be just as pretty as your cards? Well, this way they've already done that guesswork out for you. They've already taken that, you know, and done it. And these you're going to receive 16 cards and envelopes. All you need to do is throw a sentiment on there, throw a little decoration on there, and they are ready to go. It says, plus you can turn your boxes into personalized cards with the Good Things cards and envelopes add-ons. So this add-on for all of these 16 for each of 4 colors and the 16 matching envelopes, hello Sheila, are only $10. So that is crazy that you are going to get 16 cards, 16 matching envelopes for $10. And like I said, you get all 4 colors. So you can go crazy with these things. I actually just added those to my order that I placed today. I got 3 sets of those because I know they are going to be extremely popular. All right, you guys, I'm going to ask you to hold on for 2 seconds. Close your eyes if you get motion sickness. It looks like my camera is kind of cloudy from what I'm seeing over here. So hold on just a second. I don't want to jiggle you guys around, but I need to clean my screen because it looks really bad. Okay, hopefully that will help. Sorry, but that was gross. Okay. Coming up, starting tomorrow, yes, it has gotten a lot better. You are absolutely correct, Kay. I love, you guys know that every last Thursday of the month, I do my alternative kits. And I have really been able to create some really wonderful projects with our kits nowadays. I try to always like to do a 12 by 12 scrapbooking page because I do like to cater to our scrapbookers as well. So this month, I do want you guys to know that since the 24th, which is the last Thursday of the month, is Thanksgiving. I'm going to be spending that with my family and friends. And so I want you guys to know that I have rescheduled it for December 1st. So just so you guys know that if you're like, wait a minute, she's supposed to be on live. Well, it's because it's the holiday and I'm spending that with my family. Okay, so starting tomorrow, we have an amazing sale going on. This sale is out of the 2022-2023 annual catalog. Now you can find the details about this promotion over on my blog, stampinthepinkbarn.com. You guys are going to want to go over there, and there is also I believe it's a 7-page PDF that you guys can print off and see all the prices. So I really want you guys to know that this only lasts through the 18th, okay? So I want you guys to get your wish lists out, and I want you to if you have any family and friends who are stumped on what to get you for the holidays, let them know that they can go in there, give them the link to my store, shopdannygarola.com, tell them to go right in there, and then they can purchase the things that you need for, or not that you, well, that you want, I guess I should say. I don't know how much of it that we need, but it's a want. But so that they can buy you what you want this year. So, tell them also to use my host code if their order is under $150. It is posted here. It's also over on my blog. That helps me greatly to keep bringing you guys these free videos. So right here, you can see that punches will be 10% off. Stamps are 15% off. Now know that that is excluded on our Hostess stamps. Those don't sell. Those are something you have to earn. But pretty much all of the other stamps are in there. So you've got pages and pages of these stamps that are all on the 15% off. Then our dies are going to be 20% off. Embossing folders, 20% off. Designer series paper, 20% off. Just know that this does exclude our specialty papers. So this is all those other sets that we have, or all those other designer series papers that we have in the catalog. So you guys are really going to want to pull this off, print it, highlight it, hand it to your hubbies, and tell them that this is what you want for Christmas, and have them go for it for you. And then they don't have to give it to you now. I mean, if they want to be generous and do that, they can, or they can wrap it and put it under the tree for you. Don't forget our fitting florets. Oh, and if you guys are on my mailing list for my emails, I did send out an email today with that PDF in it as well. Fitting florets is one of our collections that we have going now. This is a limited time collection. This is only going to be going through January 4th. Now, that being said, this set right here is going to be in the January mini catalog, but all the consumables, well, and this stamp set are no longer going to be available. But let me tell you guys, this paper is absolutely fabulous. You're going to want this paper. It is such a hot item right now. So I would actually say grab 2 of those, and same with these little embellishments. They are just gorgeous. They are like a beveled, almost if you think of like a peppermint patty candy, and you know how they're kind of swirly, these are as well. Now, if I could find the darn things, I know I have them in here. I have used them a couple of times, but if you haven't seen them, I would love to show them to you guys. So do you see where it looks like it's a little swirl in there? These are absolutely stunning. And I love the fact that they lay kind of flat on your cards. So it's really an easy embellishment to put on there, and it's really easy to throw in an envelope and mail it. You don't have to worry about that huge bulk in your envelope. Okay, my host code is also going to be right here during this whole video, but if you need to, go ahead and take a screenshot so you can have this. It is always over on my blog. It's also in my featured section here on Facebook. In my business page, you guys know where to do it. I tell you guys all the time. Mystery stamping. So it is coming up the 16th. So this Wednesday. I've already given you guys the supply kit. If you need to know where that is, you can go over to my blogs, stampinthepinkbarn.com, and it is under the mystery stamping. It'll pop up with the November ones, is the very first posting there. You can see the items and the supplies that you need to grab. I will go live at 7 o'clock Mountain, 6 o'clock Pacific, and that would be 8 o'clock Central and 9 o'clock Eastern Wednesday evening. I'm going to try to be right here on time. If I run into a problem, my daughter has a therapy appointment later on Wednesday, and I've been waiting to get in to see this therapist for over 3 months. So I really need to get my daughter in to see her So I just want you guys to know that I will be cutting it really short. So if something happens and I'm a few minutes late, don't stress. I will definitely be on here to do the card with you guys. So the best thing to do is go into my events and click that going button on that event. So then you will see exactly when I am live. Okay, let's get to all the fun shenanigans that I got in my kit. Okay, number one, I want to show you guys this awesomeness right here. This whole plethora of like just mind-blowing beautifulness. These are the new catalogs coming in January. So these will start January 5th. This is our celebrations and this is our mini catalog. Now, something you might notice, well, there's kind of a glare going on here, but our catalog, I cannot call it the JJ Mini anymore. It is not going to run from January to June. They're actually giving us a month in between when our annual catalog comes out and when this one ends, which I am so thankful they did that, because us as demonstrators, we sometimes really struggle trying to get one catalog out while we're bringing another new catalog in. And it's just very, very difficult. We all kind of do it. But a lot of the time, you guys as customers can miss out on certain deals because there's just too much going on. So I want you to know that it's not going to run quite as long as normally our minis are. Now, our celebration is going to go from January 5th through the 28th. What is celebration? If you are new to Stampin' Up, you earn these products in this catalog or this brochure for every $50 increments that you spend in any of our current catalogs. So this will be current at the same time this catalog will be current. I cannot open these catalogs up. I cannot show you what is inside of them. You guys probably have seen some sneak peeks. I have shared some pictures of some of the fabulous products that we got to have a peek of at the on stage. But just know, look at how beautiful that is. Do you see these different colors going on? They've got some fresh freesia, they've got the Highland Heather, and that gorgeous grape. This is just a beautiful catalog. If you would like to be on my mailing list, I will be closing my mailing list out. Now, let me just kind of back up a minute. If you have purchased from me and you are one of my customers, you will automatically get these catalogs in the mail. Okay? I want you guys to know that. So don't stress if you've already, purchased from me. But if you are not a current customer of mine, I send these out with every $25. So if you go in my store and you spend $25, I'm going to automatically send you catalogs in my mailing list. If you would like them and you don't want to spend the money, email me stampinthepinkbarn@gmail.com and we can figure out a way to get you these catalogs. All right. So I will be closing out my mailing selector. Now that doesn't mean that I can't throw a couple of these catalogs after my mailing list has already gone out, because I can absolutely do that. But I just don't have these catalogs in my hand yet, and I can't buy them until, further in the month. Stampin' Up does us a service where we can buy the catalogs directly through them and they mail them out to our customers. So I want you to know that I will be closing out my mailing selector that Stampin' Up does directly from them, because it saves me quite a bit of money. You have no idea. On the 29th of this month. Okay. So if you do not have a demonstrator and you need some catalogs, like I said, shoot me an email, let me know, or you can message me here on Facebook. There's plenty of ways to get a hold of me and let me know. Okay, so I wanted you guys to see that. Okay, look at this. This came, I hope I can fit it in here. This little purse, it says Stampin' Up on here. It's kind of like a shoulder bag. I know I've got my little hand sanitizer on there. My team leaders sent me this little thing for attending on stage. So I've already got my purse supplies in this, but it is this beautiful evening evergreen suede bag with this big pocket in the back. It's also got a pocket in the front. And I have my, look, I even have my Stampin' Up mask in there. So this came in our swag box. So I wanted to make sure you guys saw that. Also, let me get my swag box. So when we walked in the door, they gave us all these boxes. So again, that purse was in here, but then now let me show you everything else that was in here. So let me try to open this up here. So we got this, we got our name tags, and then I got my award tags that I place on my tags, so we wear them because we have to stand up every time they recognize us. But I thought, oh my gosh, they knew. They must have. How could they have known? Look at the pink. Like, it was perfect. I got a leadership award and I got the team builders award, and I am a silver demonstrator. If you guys know me, you know that silver and pink are my favorite colors. So this was just, I was like, what in the world? How did they know this? But I wore it very proud. I am very proud of myself. So I got to wear that and show that off the whole time we were there. It also came with these 3 buttons. It came with this gorgeous, look at the side of this. And if you can see right here on this paper, this was laying on our table to protect their tables. So this neat little notebook was in there. It's also embossed over here with the Stampin' Up logo. But it is just a beautiful grid papered notepad. Then it came with this really, really neat, because this was for us to take notes while we were there. This is the pen that they gave us, if I can get the darn thing out of here. Look how pretty that pen is. Isn't that gorgeous? We got that. We got this stamp set. It's called Hand Drawn Dots. Now, I have not even taken these things out of the package, but it is one of those great big full background stamps. Oh, and I will let you guys know on a little secret. Hello, Karen. Stampin' Up has done something I think is marvelous, but this is just my opinion. In the new catalog, they have given us choices on whether, and it's not on every stamp set, but on a few select stamp sets in that purple, beautiful plethora of gorgeousness, they've given us options whether or not we want photopolymer or if we want the cling, because we all have our own preferences of what we like to stamp with. It costs the same amount regardless which one you pick, but this way, those of you who love the cling stamps, there's some of those stamps in there, because as it is right now, it is either photopolymer or it is cling. This way, you've got some options. I love it. Then they also gave us this beautiful happy. This is a celebrations item. This beautiful floral print stamp set with some gorgeous little sentiments in here. I will be playing with that later in the year, probably next month, to show you guys. And then because it was my first on stage, they gave us these little buttons for being newbies. Isn't that fun? So keep watch for this. This one will be one of those items that you have to spend $100 on to get this stamp set. So like I said, it was increments of 50. There are quite a few in there in that catalog at the $50, but that stamp set is one of the $100 ones. Okay, so let me move this stuff, and then I have all this other stuff to show, so hold on. Okay, let me get this up and over here. Let me get this on here. So look how cute this is. This came with that little keychain in there. Kelly sent this to us and had Priscilla, one of my team members, bring it and hand it to us. So it had the keychain in there. This is one of those bags that we sell. Now, I'm so glad she did this because I had no idea these little bags, came in white and in craft, but they are resealable with one of those little Ziploc seals in it, and it's food grade safe. It would be ideal if you are a cookie, baker, to put a cookie in there and hand these out to either your church groups or, to youth group or whatever. These are great for handing out little gifts. Now look at this. She put it in because right here there's little divots on the sides of this bag. She put the ribbon in that and then just hung my card over that, telling me to enjoy it on stage. Isn't that so cute though? I just thought, what an amazing idea. So I wanted to share it with you guys so you guys can get ideas as well. Then we had the make and takes there. And by the way, Rhea, I thought I saw you pop in here. I wound up getting the make and take box in my car. So I went ahead and made these. So I need to give that back to you. I just went ahead and made one of each one of these. So just if you're looking for it, I don't know how it got thrown inside of the back, but it wound up getting with me. So just so you know, if you're looking through your stuff, I have the kit, but I went ahead and made one of each of the cards since I had it here. And I want you guys to see, this is a new kit that is coming out. This is called the Timeless Celebrations. I think it's what it's called. Timeless. Yeah, I can't remember now. But I did just make some graphics for it, so I will get that put up. But these make great masculine cards. They are so beautiful. They have these little foil pieces that shimmer and shine. You can also see that the back of the globe has that shimmery shine, and then you get the envelopes that match as well. So that was part of our make and takes. I didn't make these when we were there, so I found that inside of the back of my car, and I was like, well, dang, I already have it. I'm going to go ahead and make those. Then there were people there handing out their swaps. Well, this being my first time on stage, I didn't know how to do the swaps as that. I do swaps with my team, but I wasn't sure exactly how swaps get made there because I cannot make 900 cards to share with everybody at on stage. And so I found out how it works, but there were some of them that had extra cards there and were so gracious to give us cards that they designed. But look how beautiful this card is, doing that blending across the front of this, really pulling all those colors together. There's that one. And then look at this. This opens up like this. And she actually put a coaster inside of that and a little pack of Post-its in this little Post-it holder. Isn't that adorable? I thought that's perfect. I always use Post-it notes. So this is going to sit on my desk. And I had to share with her, since she was the Stamping Zoo, I had to tell her, you know what? I'm stamping the pink barn. So we kind of have our zoo and barn kind of, and we just got a kick out of that. So there's that. And then, like I told you guys, they were doing prize patrol. So on the back of our ID tags, they had a number right here. So every hour or so, they would call one of our numbers. So it went from 1 to 5. So they would call our numbers, and then us who had the number that they would call would stand up and they would give out a prize. So for my number, they gave out this. It's going to be in that mini catalog. You'll see it in there, but I want to open this so I can show it to you. This is kind of a sheer. Well, geez. Maybe I'll get it out of here. My goodness. They don't want me to show it, do you? Oh, and I have to tell you guys, we had some amazing presenters showing us presenting cards and products to us. So look at this. This is called Night of Navy. Let me find the English one. Bordered ribbon. And it is a very kind of, it's kind of sheer in the center, but it's Night of Navy. We haven't had like a blue ribbon in quite a while. So this is really pretty. I think we did have, what was that, Misty Moonlight? I think we had something that was kind of like a denim-y color that went with that. But I really love this because I really like the Night of Navy. Then when I was telling you that periodically they would say, so are we ready to do another gift? And da-da-da-da. And then they would tell us everyone gets this gift. Well, look what they gave us all. Everyone that was there, they gave us this decorative borders stamp set. Isn't this beautiful with all these different kinds of borders? This is going to be so much fun to play with. Now this is photopolymer, but those are big stamps and you get how many? 10 stamps in this, and they gave that to us. So that was one of our gifts for being there. Then, oh my gosh, you guys, oh wait, okay, I gotta open this because you're gonna just get a glare and that's not nice because then you can't even see how beautiful this paper is. Okay, maybe I can get it out of here. There we go. Okay. So this is in 2 different colors. It is the, I believe it is Cajun Craze, Petal Pink, and Soft Succulent. So you've got your Petal Pinks and your Cajun Craze in this. And it is so shiny. I'm sure it's probably blinding you guys as I'm showing it. But isn't that beautiful? You get 2 sheets. They're 12 by 12 in that. And then this is the Soft Succulent. Isn't that just awesome? Oh, it's like such gorgeous paper. Oh, so just know that is going to be in the new catalog. And there are some so cute. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't wait for you guys to get the catalogs. So I'm going to stop talking about it because that's kind of mean. But yes, it is. I just put in my order. I was able to do a pre-order for us attending on stage. Normally us as demonstrators, we can put our order in the month before the catalog goes live. But since we attended on stage, now maybe that's something they always do. I'm not certain because, like I said, this is the first time I've ever gone to an on stage. But we had some select items that we could purchase. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I am not a $1 million seller. You guys all know this. But hopefully one day I will be. But, and that's with your guys' help. I do buy a lot, but I do not I do not go near $1 million, but eventually I'll get there. So they have a stamp set in the new catalog that I'm telling you, if I could create a $1 million stamp set, there's also the matching DSP that is part of the celebration. Oh my gosh, it is so me. Let me just give you the name of it, and then you guys will understand why I said it is my $1 million set. It's not, but the name will give it away. It is called On the Farm. Okay, I've posted pictures of the paper because it's part of celebrations. So if you go over to my blog and you can see that I just put up a on stage sneak peek of things that were there, you guys will see the paper and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And then I just ordered, it was one of the sets, like they knew, they had to have known. They let us pre-order that set and dies. Oh, I'm so excited to get it. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was going to actually pay the extra $20 to do the 1-day shipping or the 2-day air shipping. Because you can choose to do 1-day shipping, but that's like $40. And I was like, okay, I can't do that. But then I was like, well, maybe I'll just do the 2-day shipping. But then I was like, no, I have to be patient. I already got the privilege of being able to pre-order. I can wait a couple of days. And since it's just a couple states away from me, I normally get my stuff within a couple of days anyway. So I told myself, nope, just slow your roll. you're going to wait. So I didn't pay the extra shipping, and I will just have to be patient. Okay. A couple of other things that I have been sitting here playing with that I wanted to show you guys that I've been having fun with, making these little ornaments. So I think what I'm going to do, those of you who come to my in-person class this month, I think I'm going to, not only will you make your 3 cards with your matching envelopes, but I think I'm going to bring a couple of these wood little ornament pieces here, and I'm going to let you guys stamp on them so you guys can, it's kind of like my gift to you guys for Christmas. I'm going to include one of these little wood things, and I'll bring the stamp sets and stuff so you can stamp on your little wood and make yourself your little ornament. So if you want to know more details, if you are here in Tucson, Arizona, out on the southwestern side of town, I have a class out here that I do. I normally do it the 2nd Sunday of the month and the 3rd Thursday of the month, but this Sunday was the 2nd Sunday of the month, and we were driving back from sunny, beautiful, and nice and chilly Southern California. So I didn't have my Sunday class this Monday or this month. So if you want to attend, it is coming up this Thursday. So please go over to my events. It's a big pink graphic with a pink barn in it, and it tells you everything that you make. You can go in there and you can read all the details. You can see how much it costs, and please hit the going button. That kind of is an RSVP for me, so I know how many kits. It kind of reserves your seat for you, and then you can just pay me there at the class. I don't require anybody to pay me ahead of time or anything like that unless you feel the need to do so. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. Isn't that so stinking cute that you can just stamp on these little wood discs and have a beautiful little ornament? And how cute would those be to gift to people as well? Okay, so I wanted to show you guys that. All right, let's get to our stamping for today. Oh, no, let's do our giveaways. Whew, I almost forgot. Look, and see, now I'm starting to have a hot flash. Oh. Okay, so last week was episode 110. So whoop whoop, today we're on episode 111. And let me get the cards that we made last week out of here. All right, so for liking last week's video, this was the first card that I made using that technique where you can see both sides of that designer series paper. So I know a lot of us have a hard time deciding what side of the paper that we want to show because both sides are equally as beautiful. And this way, with this card, you don't have to lose any of that. Now you can find a PDF for this card over on my blog, stampinthepinkbarn.com. Now that is Stampin', like Stampin' Up. There's no G on the end of that. I know that's kind of confusing, but it is up in big bold letters up here, but there's no spaces when you do the stampinthepinkbarn.com. So you will find a PDF on how to make this card, but this card is going to go to Renee Mingle or Mingle. I'm not sure exactly how to say your last name, and I'm probably slaughtering it because I am horrible with names, but you know who you are. I do not have your address, so you will have to either email me, stampinthepinkbarn@gmail.com, email me your address, or you can do it through Messenger. Please do not put any of your addresses here on my, in the comments because not everybody needs to know that. All right, so that is for liking last week's video. Then this beautiful card that we did here using that soft succulent and that evening evergreen and that trimming the tree set. This is for commenting on last week's video. This is going to go to Magna Martinez. Whoop, whoop. Good job. How fun is that? So all you have to do is just drop a little comment in here. Say hi to me. Let me know where you're viewing me from. And then you can be entered into the drawing. Also, throw up that little thumb, throw up some of those little hearts, and that's what gets you into the first card that we're going to make today's drawing. Then the last card that we made last week was using that sweet candy canes, I believe is what it's called. We created this super cute little candy cane card. Now it's kind of got that pink in there, so it kind of takes your traditional Christmas card and just kind of adds a little bit of non-traditional to it, but I think it is so beautiful. Now the inside of that, candy cane wishes and mistletoe kisses. This, for sharing last week's video, you guys, everybody who shared got entered into a drawing for this one. This is going to go to Nancy Basham Olson. Again, I do not have your address as well. So if you can, like I said, either email me your address or you can message me and let me know on Messenger. That way your address is secure and not everybody else is seeing that. All right, congratulations, all of you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me and watching my videos. All right, so let's get right into into card number 1. Now, I tried to keep cards a little bit simpler today because I knew I was going to talk for quite some time and let you guys know all the awesomeness that went on while we were gone. All right, so the first card is going to use Cherry Cobbler. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to fold it. Okay, there's our card base. Then I brought in the Boughs of Holly paper. I know it's got to be right here. Oh, there it is. I'm looking on the wrong side of myself. This paper is gorgeous with your traditional holiday colors in here, and you've got quite a bit of colors to choose from, and you've got those poinsettias. Since we don't really have any sets right now that have the poinsettias, this DSP right up here has been used on so many gorgeous cards that I have seen on Pinterest. It's got all these different shades of trees, and it is absolutely stunning. So that is called, so just so you know, what was I going to say? Oh no, that's right. This paper is not going to be on the sale. It's only the paper that is inside of the 2022, 2023, or no, 2021, 2022 annual catalog. No, I was right. 2022, 2023. Oh my gosh, get my years correct. Woo! This catalog, the paper that is in here is going to be on sale. My goodness. Sometimes the brain just doesn't want to work. Okay, so what we're going to do with this is we're going to put this right along the bottom here. This is going to be a very simple but very elegant card. Then I'm going to be using that same paper that I used last week on this card right here. Remember how I used the Evening Evergreen, that glimmer paper that we have? I'm now going to be using a strip of the gold. Now that paper comes with white with an iridescent. It also comes with that Evening Evergreen, and it comes with the gold. Now we're just going to lay this right across here. Now I'm going to cut that down so it's the same size as my paper. I'm going to be bringing in my die from the set that is called, now this die set is one that is on sale in that sale that I was showing you guys, because this is in the annual catalog. This is called All That Dies here. And then I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to cut this out on my piece of white. But before I do that, I want to do a sentiment inside of that. So I'm going to use my Christmas barn, and I'm going to do the May Joy Fill Your Heart this season. I really like that little sentiment. and my cherry cobbler ink. And I'm just doing this on my piercing mat since this is a photopolymer. So I make sure I get a really nice, crisp, stamped image there. Okay, let me move some of this stuff out of the way and grab my little machine here. I'm gonna actually turn this around and put the crank on this side. So I need my number 1 plate, and then I need 2 of my number 2 plates to cut this out since it is a die. So we're gonna put this on here. Now see, this has got kind of these little ripply edges. I think that is so stinking cute and will be perfect for this. So I'm gonna lay that right there. This is why I normally don't have any paper down, because I wind up moving it shifts, because this thing has these little rubber things on the bottom, and if it's not down to something that is more of a hard surface, it'll not stick to this and it moves everywhere. All right, so there is our little sentiment. Okay, let me put this back in the dies here so I don't lose it. Okay, let's get this adhered. So I'm just going to do equal margins around this. And then I'm going to place this right over the top, just like that. And I think I'm going to actually leave it the same length as my card base. I think I kind of like that, going all the way to the ends. So it is this 3/4 or is this a half? So this is a 1/2 inch by 5 1/2. Now this little piece right here, I forgot to give you guys the measurements. They will be listed over on my blog, just so you know. But it takes me a while to get that up and going because I have to upload this video onto YouTube, and YouTube's been kind of slow lately. So this is 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. This designer series paper is. So just covering that little seam, adding some bling to that, giving that a good press so that gets adhered down. Then I'm going to use some of my dimensionals for this little circle. Hello, Laura. Oh, I have to tell you guys, while we are sitting there at our table, one of the ladies that sat with us, she pulls out this little, it almost looked like a back massager. Oh, well, I don't need it right now, but she pulls out this little thing. It almost looks like a back massager. It was like something that sits in your palm, and it was painted like a little ladybug. And I was like, what is she gonna do with that? So I'm like, okay, you spill the beans. What is that? And then she goes, it's a little mini vacuum cleaner. She said one of her customers or one of her team members or team leader or something showed up with these and handed them a few of them out to some of their her top sellers. And so she wound up getting one of these little mini vacuum cleaners. Now, it is perfect. You know how these little things get everywhere? Oh, you have one too, Kay? I know, I was actually just looking at them. She said you can get them on Amazon. So I was actually looking at them on there. But these little things that are everywhere, she just took that little vacuum thing and it's got like these little nibs on the bottom. So it puts everything together into this little hole that vacuums up any little scraps of paper that you might have on your desk, and it just zoom and it just sucks them right up. I mean, it was a genius little product, but I thought, wow, I gotta have one of those on my desk. So let me tell you guys, I found one that is shaped and like painted like a pig. And then there's one that looks like a little Holstein black and white cow. I thought, oh my gosh, now I have choices. Now that's tough because I love cows and I love pigs. So now I got to decide whether or not I want to purchase the pig or whether or not I want to purchase the cow. So that's why I didn't order one yet, because I'm still like working on what am I going to buy. Okay, I'm going to move you guys down now because I feel like I'm awfully far away as far as you guys seeing these cards be made. So I think moving you guys down a little bit might help. Okay, let's hope that works. There, zoom you guys in a little bit better. So there is the first card. So now all we need to do is we need to get a little inside for this card. And I think I'm just going to take a little strip of that white poinsettia paper. And cut just a little 1/2 inch strip for the inside. I think this side's gonna have a little bit better. Hello, Denise. Yes, very nice and simple, absolutely. But adding that little strip of that gold, I think really kind of dazzles it up, I guess you might say. It just kind of adds a little bit of bling to it. I don't know, I don't like that. So we're gonna try something else because that gets lost. So why don't we do this one? I know it's not the same paper as that, but you know what? I think it's just gonna look better. So let's try this one. Because it still has those flowers. Okay. Oh, so I told you guys that my neighbor is going to be a father for the first time. Well, I found out that they are inducing his wife tomorrow. I was like, oh my goodness, because he thought he was going to have a little bit longer, because I think she's like 36 or 37 weeks. And when she was at the doctor, they told her that she might have gestational diabetes. So they're going to take the baby a little bit sooner because he is pretty much fully developed. So the other day I was talking to him and I go, oh, wow. I said, so this all became very real for you. He goes, oh boy, did it ever. So I was like, I can't wait to see pictures of him. So I was like, whoop, whoop, we're going to have a new baby in the neighborhood. Okay. So there we go. Put that in the inside. And there is our beautiful, simple, easy, but very elegant card. So that is card number 1. Okay, let me move the stuff from that one. And let me clean this because it does have red ink on it. Because me and red ink are the best of friends. I always wind up getting it all myself. Okay, so I'm gonna move that over there because I might need to use that stamp set. All right, now we're gonna do card number 2. Now, you guys may have seen this on the Stampin' Up website. I'm going to do a bit of a different variation in color with this. It, again, is a very beautiful card. Why does everything look so crooked? There we go. Did that straighten up a little bit? It is a very simple, easy technique to make a very beautiful card, but it'll go quickly, especially when you get down to the time crunch on getting those holiday cards made and get them out in the mail. I'm trying to give you guys some ideas to, it's your best friend. Also not right. Exactly. So I want to show you guys this. I'm going to be using this, I can't remember the name of it. I normally have my mom label them, but I haven't given her this one yet because I haven't seemed to been able to give it up yet. But this stamp set here is, or this embossing folder is the one that has all those little trees. Okay, I'm going to use the garden green ink. The red, the real red is going to be for our sentiment. Our base is 8.5 by 5.5. We're just going to fold this. And then my layer is 4 by 5.25. It's just going to layer right on there, color on color, but watch what we're going to do here. Okay, so you know that one side of your folder pushes up and then the other one goes in. So it's kind of like creating that ripply effect in your stuff. So the side that has the Stampin' Up logo on it is the side that I am going to come in and I am going to ink this up. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my ink and I'm just going to press this right on my folder. Okay, just like that. Then I'm going to close that. I'm going to then lay my layer on there, just like that, and then take my back and fold it down. I don't want that to move around in there because it'll make goofy colors. Then I'm going to grab my big embossing machine. So let me grab that really quick so I can show you guys. As it all comes crashing down. You're going to need your plate 1 and then that embossing folder with your paper in it. And then you need your specialty plate because this is a 3D folder. Then you're going to lay this over the top. And then we're going to crank that through. Okay, and I'm going to set that right there for the moment and get this out of the way. Okay, now watch when I open this. Look at that. Look at that front side of that, how beautiful that is. Now I'm going to give that a couple of seconds to dry because that is very wet. Now what I normally do is I just take a baby wipe and wipe this off. But I'm not going to do that right now because I think my husband has the baby wipes out in the living room for my daughter. So what I would do to clean this is just take it right to my sink and just take some soap and just rub over it, rinse it very well, and then either let it air dry or you could just wipe it with a what's it called? Cottony kind of where it doesn't leave all those lint balls inside of there because you don't want that all over your embossing folder. Okay, so I'm going to set this up and out of the way so I don't wind up sticking anything in that because it's got that ink on there. But this is what Look, like I said, all over me. And it wasn't even red. I dodged the red bullet. Well, we're not done with red yet, so I can't speak too soon. So give that a couple of seconds to dry. Then I'm going to grab this is that pack of Real Red and Garden Green ribbon combo pack. So I want the Real Red. I'm also going to be using Real Red ink for the sentiment. And I think I'm going to use, not that one, I think I'm going to use Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. And I think this one is the one that I decided to use. Yep, I think that one works. Okay, so we're going to cut that out. So where did my little white piece go? Now this is Christmas to Remember Sentiment set. Hope this piece is long enough. If not, we'll just have to get another piece out. Might not be. Ooh, I think that worked out perfect. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Clean that off. I got a new chamois when I was there too. They had them on our desk for when we did our make and take, and they told us that we can take anything that was on the table. So we kind of all, between the 6 of us, we all kind of dispersed things outward that were in there. Let me get the little machine here and let's cut this. So I think I'm going to use some washi so we get this straight on here. Ah. I hope I had that together enough that it cut all the way through. Oh, good, it did. Okay. I was afraid that that bottom plate was hanging and it would have missed it. Okay, so there's our little piece. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of this ribbon. We're just gonna loop this, loop-de-loop, like that. And then cut this end with my ribbon scissors. Okay, and I'm going to kind of turn that just a hair on that. Like that. And do it at kind of a little bit of an angle. And I don't want this side to really go much off. This side's okay because I can cut it. I'm just going to take a piece of tape and I'm just going to lay a piece of tape right over the center. Just like that to hold that piece in place. Then I can come in and I can cut my ribbon. Just like that. And we'll go this way on this one. Okay, beautiful. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put this glue this down before I pop up my little sentiment. Oh, look, my hair's everywhere. So it was crazy. So the night before when we got there, because we stayed out in Indio, because we could not find a hotel over by Anaheim since everything was so packed, because of the events that go on in California, and because the convention center is right next door. You could literally, like, you know, spit, I mean, whatever, and it would hit Disneyland. It was so close. You could see the Disneyland border around right when you walked inside of the convention center. So we because it was so crazy busy around there, we decided to stay out in Indio. Well, when we looked at the map the night before, or the traffic, whatever it is, yeah, the maps, it told us it was going to take us over a little bit over 2 hours to get over to the convention center. So we had planned to make sure that, since my mom was in a wheelchair, that we needed to be there about 15 minutes earlier, because they let anybody who had any kind of disabilities go in a little bit earlier, so you're not being trampled or holding anybody else up. So, which was kind of a plus, because we got in before everybody, that was a plus. And so when we were driving there, we get up the next morning. We got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. We made sure we left by 5. So that gave us 2 hours to get over there. And we get in the car and I read the maps thing and it tells us we're going to be there in an hour. I go, wait a minute. How is that? How did it tell us yesterday that it was going to take us 2 hours to get there? Well, what I didn't realize, well, I kind of realized, but what I wasn't thinking about is that when you type it into your GPS, that's the word that I was looking for. When you type it into your GPS, it takes into accountability of traffic. So the day before was a Friday evening as we were driving into California. So it saw a lot of traffic at that time. So it was telling us at that time, it was going to take us roughly 2 hours to get to the convention center from Indio, where we stayed at. Well, the next morning, there wasn't any traffic, because it was 5 o'clock in the morning and it was a Saturday morning. So it was so nice. So like no stress driving over there, because I didn't have to worry about trying to weave in and out of traffic, get off on, off ramps when it was kind of like a last minute, oh my gosh, I need to turn here. It wasn't like that at all. It was so nice. And so now I know when I go over to California, it's going to be god awfully early in the morning, because that was such an amazing trip. Like, I've never had such a stressless vacation, or mini vacay, as what I want to say, because that's kind of what it was for me. It was just a wonderful, wonderful trip that we had. Traffic was amazing. The car did amazing. Well, the car's kind of newer, so I would hope that it would be good, but it was a really good trip. I was with good company, so that also makes a huge difference. All right, so there is our simple, cute, but a really neat little technique way of doing this card. And then I actually just ordered some more of these too, because I'm almost out of them. Where's that? Oh, right here. Look, I only have a few of these little red rhinestone basic jewels. So I just ordered some of those too, because with the holidays coming up, you always need your little red rhinestones, right? I'm going to tip this just this way a hair, because I feel like it's showing an awful lot up there. Okay, so let's take a couple of these and just add those for some little extra bling. Just like that. Oh, one thing that I got a major takeaway. Well, I got a lot of takeaways from on stage, but they taught us this great visual little idea. And you know how I always say to put your embellishments in 3s or in odd numbers. It doesn't have to just be 3. But what they told us is that you always want to put 2, typically these are all one size. So normally what you want to do is you want to take a bigger one and a smaller one and put them relatively close together. Then up and out of the way, you want to do a triangle. You always want to keep a long, like, triangle. What is that? Not, I don't know. I don't know what the word is. I can't think of angles right now. I kind of sucked at geometry, but you want to keep this long triangle. It's more eye appealing. So as you can see with these ones, I did the two here, like they said, and then you go up in between, and then you do kind of that long triangle look, and that it's very appealing to the eye. And I think it absolutely is the way, I mean, it really does. Okay, so there's our garden green with tone on tone. And then this is the one that Stampin' Up did that I did last night. So I had both to show you in both of the different greens. And this is in Old Olive tone on tone. So do you see how beautiful? Again, very simple, very quick when you're not sitting here talking the whole time. But great little, you know, Christmas cards for you guys to make. Okay, so that was card number 2. Let's get that out of the way. And then let's get on to card number 3. Let's get these all out of the way. Let's move these. All right. So now we're going to be using the actual barn. Okay, we're not going to be using any ribbon on this one, so we can put those ones away. We're going to be using the barn stamp set. This is called the Christmas Barn. We're going to be using some gold embossing powder. Now let me get the picture of my card up here because I need to see it. So I make sure I get everything done the way that I did it. I kind of made myself a little dummy card, but this way I can really see what I got going on here. Okay. All right. We're going to need a little blender brush, and then my garden green ink we're going to need again. My 2, now I'm going to use one as a layer, but I'm not quite certain. I think I'm going to do my spruce green. Oh, I don't need garden green. I need spruce green. Where's my spruce green? Oh, did I put it over here? Yep. Okay, I don't need garden green. I need spruce green. I think I'm going to use the spruce green as my base. This is 8.5 by 5.5. We're just going to fold it. I know, I keep thinking, God, I need to play with that barn card or that barn set because I just love it. But then it's like, I always see something, you know, else, or I come up with something else and I'm like, oh, nope, no barn today. Nope, no barn today. So I was like, I'm making this card. Okay, so this one we're going to cut down to 4 by 5.25 as our first layer. Okay, like that. And then I need to cut myself a piece of white, I guess. But I had my white layer already cut, but I guess not. Okay, so I need to get my white out. Oh, I think I used my white piece for, I'm going to show you guys really quick, my hot mess. Do you see this? This is kind of like my dummy. Yep, that's me. Stamping all in one cluster so I can make sure I have it all. Okay, so I'm going to do this at 5 by 3 3/4. That's going to be the layer that I stamp on. All right. So when we do this, I think that's going to look good. Yep. All right. So now I'm going to grab my shaded spruce and my little dummy card here. And then I need my tree out of here. Throw that stamp up there. Okay, let me get my little piercing mat. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with adding my green here. I'm going to stamp kind of off over here to the side. This tree is going to be kind of hanging off the edge. But I'm going to fully stamp it because otherwise there's going to be a seam when I stamp it again. So I'm just going to do the second gen, going more up closer to the top. And then now come in. Can you guys see this? Am I too far down? Kind of go straight across. Go full generation. And then now move back up to second gen. And do that straight across. Okay. And then one more right there. Okay. And then I need a little scrap of white. So I'm just going to use this here because I'm going to stamp one of these again. And then I'm going to be doing a bunch of die cutting. Make sure that's pretty inked up. So that's going to go right there because we need to, ooh, that one came out very, we don't want that one. I wiggled it at the bottom so it's blurry. We want a straight tree. Much better. Okay. We don't want a blurry tree. All right, I'm going to keep this ink out. Move this out of the way because we're going to need to die cut that. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little, very, very minute amount of ink and just kind of come over here and swish the majority of the ink off. Now, you can see that this is kind of a stark white background. Now watch what I'm going to do. Very, very lightly, just kind of just lay my finger on this back of this. And now I'm not going to go below my tree line. I'm going to stay up in the trees. And ever so slightly, just add a little bit of that tone behind there. It just kind of softens that up where it looks like it's a little bit denser of trees, even though I only stamped the 8 of them on there, or the 7 of them on there. So I just wanted to show you guys that little technique to make it look like it's not so stark and just hanging out there. Okay, now what we need to do on this other, now we're going to just do nothing but stamping on the scraps. Okay, so I need to take my Memento, since we're going to be using our blends for this. I need my barn stamp. I'm going to do that right there. Okay, just like that. I am going to take my pen and just kind of X out that one because that's the boo-boo one, so I don't wind up forgetting and cutting just that first one. Okay, there's my barn. Now I need to take a couple of my fences, my little fence, and I need my, where'd my chamois go? Okay, I need my Simply chamois here because it's my best friend. It's an awfully quiet best friend. It never talks back to me, but sometimes that can be okay. It's kind of boring. It's kind of a lonely best friend, but I love it. Can't live without my best friend. Okay, then I need to take that little, where'd it go? Oh, I already have it over here. I need to take my little, what is this little thing? Wreath. Wreath. Yes. Wreath. That's what it is. And you know what? I don't want to stamp it black, so let me get rid of that. I actually want to stamp that in spruce. I didn't realize that was going to be so, I mean, yeah, shade, or not garden green. Why do I keep grabbing that? Where did my shaded spruce go? Shaded spruce. Oh, there it is. Okay, we want shaded spruce. Okay, I'm just going to stamp this right down here because we're going to die cut that. All right, I think I'm done with that one, that color, I hope. All right, let me clean that really quick. Then we need the, did I do the fence yet? I don't think I did. I think I sat it over here and didn't even stamp it yet. Okay, here is my fence. I'm going to actually do it in early espresso. And I'm going to do it twice. Okay, just like that. Then what do we need to do? We need to do the little horse and sleigh. Where's that at? Okay, right here. Or yeah, horse and sleigh. And I think I need to get another piece of paper here. So I'm just going to use this big piece and then just cut this off. Okay, there's my horse and sleigh. All right, and I think for the moment, until we're going to be bringing in the little, what are they called? The little hoof prints, or like the little marks from where the horse was walking in the snow. We'll do that in just a minute, but let's get everything placed first. I'm going to just cut this like that because that whole thing will not fit in my cutting machine. And I think I'm going to do the same with this. I'm just going to cut these apart like that. Okay, let's do some coloring to these two. I'm going to grab my gray down here. I'm going to grab, this is my dark and light smoky slate. I'm going to take the dark and come in here and do the edge of this roof. Now, I really debated on making this barn pink, but you know, I think I'm going to go traditional and I'm going to make it red. I was very, very torn because I was like, nope, my barns are red, or my barns are typically pink in my mind. But for this being a Christmas card, it's just going to be red, which, hey, I would take a red barn too. Don't get me wrong. If I had a barn that looked like this, honestly, I don't care what color it would be. I know how to buy paint. That's why I really want to go to the, like the East, because I know I've watched some shows and like, in Michigan on some of the farm country, and I'm sure like in Kansas and, you know, Tennessee, all those places that have farmland, I've seen on TV shows the barns, and I just, oh, I would be in heaven. I don't think I would ever leave. I think I would just park outside of their little farms, and I would just be in awe. So I'd probably creep the owners out. They're like, all right, creepy lady, move on. But I'm admiring your barn. They're like, well, you know, you either come in and you work or you move on. I would be totally down for driving a tractor, especially one of those ones where it cuts all the grass. I could just really imagine that smell of fresh cut grass. Oh my goodness. I mean, I guess it's really hay, but when it's wet like that, it still needs to dry out to become grass. I mean, to become hay. So, yeah. And I still have that smell like in my mind, what fresh cut grass smells like. Actually, when we were driving back from California, we drove, I don't even know what the road was that we were driving, one of the highways we went on, and you could smell the fresh cut grass. And I was like, oh, that smell is heaven. And I know a lot of people take it for granted because they have lawns they have to go out and mow all the time, and it's a pain in the butt for them. But for me, that smell is heaven. Okay, I'm going to take Real Red because we don't really like understand, us folks who live here in the South. We don't really get, okay, I'm not going to use light. I'm going to use the dark Real Red because I don't like the light on there. We don't have grass down here, and it would probably cost a fortune, and it would probably take up resources that we don't really have to grow grass. Even our parks, it has grass, but the grass is awfully yellow because we can't really afford to use the resources since we're kind of always in a drought. Okay, now I'm going to take the, I don't know why I put those Real Red back. I need to color in this barn. So I'm just going to come around some of these edges here. And this is where I'm going to be coming in and doing the dark. Real Red. And I can assume that this thing sticks out a little bit. So it's going to be darker underneath there. And I don't know why I'm using Real Red because my paper's Cherry Cobbler. Well, that makes sense. I don't need Real Red. I need Cherry Cobbler. I have been really color challenged lately. Have you guys noticed this? Last week, what did I do? I used a color that was not something I needed either. Oh, I was using, oh, see, that's much better. That's what I was looking for. So I'm using Cherry Cobbler. What was the color that I was using? Oh, I thought I needed Poppy, and I really needed Sweet Sorbet. Do you guys remember that last week when I was doing that candy cane? Yeah, don't know what my problem is. I mean, last week I having the excuse that I was already in vacation mode and I was trying to get everything taken care of. This week, I mean, we have a lot of doctor's appointments coming up this week, but it's not like anything that is drastic. Okay, now let's take our light Cherry Cobbler. And yes, I will fix that wreath. That's already on my mind. Okay. Da, 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 da. Sorry, I get very quiet when I'm coloring. Especially in these tight little things, I feel like if I'm flapping my lips, I'm gonna screw up. I should have already had one of these made, but I didn't. I was up until 2 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out and design these cards for you guys. Because by the time we got home, I had to unpack everything. I had to get some laundry done. And because my husband had to go back to work, so I had to get everything taken care of last night. And I knew I had to get everything in here that I wanted to show you guys. And then I had to sit down and I had to create my order because, of course, I had to figure out what I was going to order today. Okay, so there's our barn. There's our, oh yes, I said I was going to fix this because we need the dark. Much better. Okay, that matches. All right, so I'm going to set those to a side and we need to get our, oh, there we go. This is what I was looking for. So I'm going to now grab my soft suede and we're going to color this in dark soft suede. We're going to color this horse in. Okay, there's our horse. I'm going to come back in with the dark smoky slate and just go over his little reins and the collar. I'm not sure what it's called. The lead, I guess you might say. Okay, there's that. See a little spot right here I missed. And right down here on his feet. Then I'm going to come in with the, that was the light. The light and kind of do his little mane and his tail. All right, like that. Then we're going to take some balmy blue, light balmy blue, and do the little blanket that's laying here across them. I'm going to take some crumb cake and do the light and dark. I'm going to do the light on the whole sleigh. Like that. Come in with the dark and do some shadowing here where the blanket's laying. Across the bottom. Kind of in this little curve. Okay, like that. And then we're going to take the light cherry cobbler again kind of just do this little long coat right here. And then back with this balmy blue, do his jacket. Take some, I think I'm going to actually take this ivory, kind of come down on their legs here. Just like that, just to add just a touch of color to that. And then her skin. And let's do his hat, the balmy, and we're going to do her hat, the light, where is it? Oh my goodness. Light cherry cobbler. Fix her hat. And then what do I want to do? I think I'm going to do her little scarf in light shaded spruce. Just like that. Okay, that's good. Okay, move those all out of the way. I'm going to actually put my light red and dark red away because when I go to do the blog and I tell you guys what colors I used, I don't want to throw that on there. All right, so there's our little sleigh. So now I need to get all this stuff cut out. Also, I need to cut out the Merry Christmas. All right, I'm just going to use the back side of this. And that's going to get done in Memento on here. Okay, and then let me cut that out. All right, okay, now we can start cutting things. Let's put this away. Let me get the dies for this. Well, oh, there they are. Of course, the last die set in the whole thing. All right, let's get that there. Oops, don't lose my little, I want to have to color that again. My goodness. We'd be here all night. All right, move all these pieces. That's going to stay there. We need all this. We're going to still need that, so I'm going to leave that sitting there. All right, let's get out our dies. Okay, we need the tree. Maybe if I can get it off of here. Okay, we need the tree. We need the wreath. We need the barn. Okay, let me do those two first since they're on the same paper. Lay that down, lay that down. Let's get our barn. Okay, the barn is going to get cut out right there. You know what? Hold on a second. I need a light saffron because we're going to put just a hint of light. We don't want to leave that white. We want to add just a hair of color. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to put our barn down like that. Okay, I'm just going to put a couple of pieces of washi over that. Okay, then, oops. We're going to cut out this little wreath. Let me grab another piece of washi. I don't know where my third piece went. It's probably stuck to the bottom of my shoe because that's what happens. Put this on the back of my hand so it's not so sticky, so it doesn't ruin my image here. Okay, lay that down. Okay, let's cut this out. I have this sitting here. What was I going to use this on? I don't remember what I brought the embossing powder out for. I don't know. Obviously, change of plans. I didn't use embossing powder. I don't know what I had in my mind that I was going to use embossing powder for. Who knows? Oh, well. All right. So let's get these out of here. Okay, there's our barn. Try not to lose all these pieces now. There is my little tiny wreath. Okay. Okay, let me put my dies back in here so I don't wind up losing those. Okay, the tree I need to cut out. I'm just going to put that there because I don't know exactly where that was, but we're going to call it good. I need the fence. I need the buggy. Oh, and the tree. Did I already get the tree out? I think so. Oh yeah, there's the tree. Okay, let me get these washies off of here. Alexa, off. Off. Ooh, she's so nosy, I swear. I don't know why she just randomly thinks that she can barge in on my conversations. It's kind of funny, my watch does that all the time. I'm like, stop being nosy. Okay, we're going to put that one there. We're going to do one of these fences at a time since we've got two of them. Well, it helps if I line them up correctly. Okay, there's a fence. Okay, there's one of our fences. Here's our tree. This card was more intense than what I thought it was going to be. But that's okay. You guys will love the finished project here. Okay, stick that there. You guys always feel like you're on a roller coaster every time I run that through and it shakes the heck out of you guys. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are gonna get sick. Okay, didn't I pull the words die out? Maybe I didn't. All right, hold on. Gotta get that one out too. Okay, so let's lay this here. Put that one right here, and then we'll cut out the words at the same time. Because this is... Okay, there's that. We're going to take the words and pull that die out. And then... Oops. Why do I always do that? Okay, lay that there. get this straight. All right. Phew, last time. Okay. This can get put away over here. Okay, this we need. Oh, there it is. There's my barn. There's all my stuff. Let's get these out. All right. Get the sleigh. All right. Okay. Now we are rolling. All right. Here we go. Let's put this together. All right. This is going to go kind of over here like that. Then this fence is going to go right like this. I think this needs to go up a little bit. All right, let me glue that down. This is going to then come across here like that, but I'm going to pop this up with some dimensionals. If I can find what I did with my dimensionals. Okay, there they are. Actually, I'm going to use, I know these are black, but I didn't pull any little white ones out, and I should know better, but I'm just going to go like that. This is going to come down here. Like that. Our little needs to go up a little bit. Well, it's going to be stuck now. Okay, this is then going to get popped up, which we can fit that there. We can put one of the little black ones behind the horse head, and we need to have one in the middle. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, Lois. Sorry, I was very focused on what I was doing here that I didn't. Okay, I need to take this and I need to stamp some of these little hoof marks on the ground before I go too far here. So I just want this one here, and I'm going to stamp off once and then kind of just put it along the ground. Okay, like that. I'm going to do it again up there. Okay, that's good. And then we're going to place this, tree here, but it's going to get popped up. So let's put this down first, like that. Right in the front there. I need to take this and stamp it off, and then we're going to put this like it's going up in between. See how it looks like it's just going up in between those two beside the barn, and once we place this tree, it'll be kind of like that, like they're going up between that. Okay, and that's gonna go like that. And I know this is upside down, but I don't care. It'll work. I don't think anybody's gonna be that picky that my fence is upside down. It'll still work. So we need to put a dimensional on that. I'm just going to put it right in front of that tree. Like that, okay. Then our little wreath is going to go right here above our barn doors at the top. Or actually, we're going to cover kind of that whole area. All right. So let's add a couple of little dimensionals to the sides of this. And then one up there. Okay, this is just going to get popped right in the center there. Okay. Beautiful. Then what do we have? Oh, we have our words. So what I'm going to do with my words is I'm just going to place them up here like that. So again, adding just a couple of these dimensionals, and I know they're black and we don't normally put the black ones on the white paper because if anybody sees them, but it's okay. Nobody's going to judge. Okay, that's going to go like that. Okay. Love it. Okay, that's what I was going for. Now we can get our card put together since that was extremely time consuming. But I think it turned out absolutely stunning. And that's why those of you who share, that's why you guys get put in the drawing for this third elaborate card. Because we put a lot of work into that card. But I think it turned out so stunning. You're using pretty much every element from that stamp set that you are really like putting this out there for somebody to see your beautiful work, hard work at that, because that was a lot. And when I was thinking of it yesterday, I was like, that'll be good, you know, but geez, I didn't realize it was going to take so long. When you've got all those little pieces to die cut, it does take a little bit longer than. Now see, you can step this up. You can add the little puffy paint to the ground to make it look like it has really got snow there. You could add little dots up here. You could throw some snowflakes on there. We've got these little snowflake. I'm just going to leave it alone because I think if we go any more busier, it's just going to take away from this gorgeous image in here. We do need to get an inside in this card. And I need, where? Oh. So, just looking in that stamp case, the only stamp that I did not use in this case, or in this stamp set, was It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. But we're going to add that to the inside. So now we've used every single stamp in this stamp set. So you definitely get your money's worth out of this stamp set with this card. All right, let's take our shaded spruce and put our tree, because we need a tree inside of this. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to use cherry cobbler. And I'm going to stamp this little sentiment. It's the most wonderful time of year. And there we go. That is going to go in the inside of our card. Okay, well that is really crooked, so I'm not going to put that in there. I'll fix it later, but you get what I'm doing. I'm going to do the tree and I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it where it's not so, because that's really messed up. So I'm not going to adhere this in there, but I'm just going to let you see that's what I'm going to do inside of that card, minus the way crooked wording. But just so you guys can see this card and we can get moving on with this. And I can't believe I got all that done within my 2-hour time frame that I like to keep it in. So yes, please share this so you guys can get entered in the drawing for this beautiful card that you can now share with your family and friends. Let me bring the other 2 cards in that we made. So there is the first card and there is the second card. So we used lots of Christmas ideas today, but we also used different variations in colors. And I love doing that for you guys because then it gets you guys using your products, and then you don't feel like, God, I have all this stuff, but then I never use it. Well, start using it. Look, I'm giving you plenty of ideas to start using your stuff because I want to see your guys' things. So if you make any of these cards, please share them over on Pink Barn Stampers group. If you're not a part of that group, please join that. Also, if you have a birthday coming up or whenever your birthday is, please add it. It's in the featured section over there. You can add your birthday on there. And I love to do a big shout out for anybody. And then all of the people in the group like to come in and say happy birthday to you. We like to celebrate you. So these are the cards for today. I totally and so much appreciate your guys' orders. So please, when you order from me, go to shopdannygarola.com. Please use my host code so I can continue to bring you guys these amazing giveaways. And I will see you guys Thursday for coffee and cards. Please watch me over on YouTube. You can always subscribe to my channel, hit that little bell, and that will send you guys notification when I go live over there. I go live 12 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Mountain, 2 o'clock Central, and 3 o'clock Eastern on Thursdays. So I will always do a card there as well. And I will see you guys later this week. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves. I hope you enjoyed these cards and you have fun creating. All right, you guys, take care. Bye-bye.